Okay, so if you're, an intermediate English learner, you probably know this feeling. It's frustrating. You can read pretty much anything. You follow a movie, no problem, mostly. But then the moment you need to actually speak, there's this delay. It's like a wall.
Oh, yeah, that delay. That's the big bottleneck, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You got this little translation department running in your head, working overtime. It takes your thought in your native language,
Yeah.
converts it word by painful word into English, double checks the grammar, maybe,
Yeah.
and then lets you speak.
And the result is slow, halting, just awkward,
Ego
right?
kills
Kills any spontaneity.
Completely. It adds this huge mental load.
Right. So our mission in this deep dive, based on the research we've looked at, isn't just about more vocabulary. It's about habits, actual techniques to kind of dismantle that internal translator.
Exactly. We're looking at how to, well, reprogram your brain, essentially, to get it bypass that translation step and just think in English, like a fluent speaker does naturally.
And what jumps out from the sources right away is the core problem, isn't it? It's how most people learn.
Uh-huh. They treat English like a school subject.
Yeah.
All grammar rules and memorizing lists.
Yeah, verb tables and stuff, which is fine for passing a test, maybe.
But terrible for actually talking to people.
It's that classic analogy, isn't it? Like learning to swim by reading a book. You can know all the theory, the physics,
Emphatic principles, yeah.
but you won't swim until you actually jump in the water. We need to stop just studying English and start, living in it, even if you're miles away from an English-speaking place. Okay, so let's start with the outside first. Building that environment. How do we kind of flood our world with English so the brain starts seeing it as just normal, part of life?
Consistency is really the key word here. And the advice starts super simple, like lowest effort, highest impact kind of thing.
Yep.
Change your phone's language setting to English.
Ah, I'd like that.
Yeah.
Because it takes zero extra time, right? You're already using your phone anyway.
Exactly. Suddenly your weather app, your settings, notifications,
Yeah.
it's all English. It forces that passive recognition.
Just have to deal with it.
You do. And beyond the phone, you want to make English the sort of background noise of your life. The sources suggest things like watching short YouTube videos, listening to easy podcasts, maybe while you're cooking or driving.
Okay. Even if you don't understand everything.
Especially if you don't understand everything at first. The goal isn't 100% comprehension immediately. It's about constant sound input.
That feels almost too easy. Like if I'm only half listening while I'm driving, how is that really helping?
Because your brain is this incredible pattern-matching machine. The research often uses phrases like little by little. Just by hearing it all the time casually, your brain starts picking up the rhythms, the intonation, common phrases, even before you consciously think about the words.
So it's building like a sound map in the background.
Precisely. A sound map. That's a great way to put it.
And if we can link that input to things we actually enjoy, that makes it easier, right? Less like homework.
Absolutely. Connect it to your hobbies. If you love gaming, switch the game language. If you like cooking, watch recipe videos in English.
Garden rant in English, yeah.
Whatever it is, you're getting input that's relevant and interesting to you. So it sticks better. It's not a chore. It's just how you access something you already like. Engagement speeds things up massively.
Okay, so we've got the external flood going. Input. But input alone doesn't make you speak, does it?
Nope. Now we need to go internal. And this is where it can feel a bit weird. We need to tackle the inner monologue.
Talking to yourself in English.
Yep, talking to yourself. It sounds maybe a bit funny, but the research is really clear. This is powerful stuff.
I think people listening might think, I kind of do that sometimes. But what specifically should they be doing? Like full-on debates inside their head?
Maybe not debates to start. Start really small and descriptive. Just narrate simple everyday actions, either out loud, quietly, or just mentally. I'm making coffee now. Okay, where are my keys? I need to remember to buy milk.
Just the mundane stuff.
The mundane stuff is perfect. It's about creating that running commentary for your day, but in English.
And the sources really emphasize catching those tiny split-second thoughts, too, don't they? The automatic ones.
Yes, those little status updates your brain generates. I'm tired, I'm hungry, oh, I'm late.
Like the notification bar in your head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think of your native language as the default setting for that notification bar. We need to switch the default to English. For someone fluent, the thought, I'm hungry, doesn't get translated. It just is, I'm hungry.
It originates in English.
It originates in English. Training those quick, basic internal reactions, that's probably the single biggest thing you can do to kill that translation lag. You're changing the brain's default setting for thought.
So it's less about practicing complex sentences in your head and more about those instant labels and feelings. That makes a lot of sense for speed. Okay, let's shift from the inner voice to actually getting words out. We talked about the big problem, translating word by word. It's slow, sounds robotic,
Yeah, it's a fluency killer.
and the solution proposed is using cognitive shortcuts, thinking in chunks or phrases, like let's go or good idea. But hang on, isn't memorizing phrases just another form of vocab study? Didn't we say that subject-based approach wasn't ideal?
Ah, that's a really important distinction. It's not about memorizing lists of phrases like vocabulary words. It's about training your brain to recognize and use common patterns. Think about native speakers.
Yeah.
We don't build every single sentence from scratch using grammar rules, do we?
No, probably not consciously.
Right. We pull up ready-made chunks. Phrases like, at the end of the day, or to be honest, or I'm not really sure. We store those as single units.
Like a shortcut on your computer desktop.
Exactly, a neural shortcut. If you learn I am not sure separately, your brain has to find each word, figure out the grammar, put them together. If you learn I'm not sure is one chunk, your brain just grabs the whole file. Boom.
Which frees up mental energy for, well, thinking about what you actually want to say next.
Precisely. That's why fluency can feel effortless sometimes. Your brain is automating the common stuff.
Okay, that makes total sense. Efficiency, not just quantity of words. So how does this apply when we're taking information in, like reading? The source talk about visualization.
Yeah, reading is often passive, isn't it? You just scan the words. Visualization makes it active, an internal English workout. So if you read a sentence like, the cat jumped onto the fence,
Okay.
the goal is to train yourself not to first translate cat, jump, fence into your native language.
But instead,
Immediately create the picture in your mind. See, the cat, the action of jumping, the fence itself, you link the English word directly to the concept, the image.
like how a kid learns, right? They
Yeah.
see a dog, someone says dog. They connect the sound to the furry thing, not to another word for dog.
Exactly that.
Hmm.
You're building that direct word-to-meaning link, bypassing the translation step entirely.
So stop seeing English words as labels for other words and see them as labels for actual things and ideas. We could practice that just by looking around right now and naming things, couldn't we? Desk, microphone, water bottle.
Yep. Active labeling during daily tasks. Salt, pepper, spoon, plate while you're cooking. Constantly reinforcing that direct link.
So we're building the environment, practicing the inner voice, using chunks.
Yeah.
What about more structured practice?
Right. Once you're thinking more internally in English, you need a safe space to actually construct longer thoughts. This is where journaling comes in. The sources really push this.
Why writing? Why is typing it out or writing by hand better than just thinking it?
Because it forces you to be complete and organized. When you journal, you have the time to consciously build full sentences, maybe even complex ones, without the pressure of someone waiting for you to reply.
Right, no awkward silences.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
can start super simple. Today I went to work, I had lunch. Then gradually move to expressing feelings, analyzing something, planning. All within English grammar and structure. It's like a construction site for your language skills, but low stakes.
A practice ground. And then eventually you have to take it out into the real world, right? Add some risk.
You do. You need real interaction.
Yeah.
The sources mention things like finding language exchange partners, joining online communities or local clubs if you can.
Or even just talking to yourself out loud more. Maybe recording yourself. That sounds uncomfortable.
It is uncomfortable, but incredibly useful. Hearing yourself helps you catch pronunciation issues, awkward phrasing, your own rhythm. You need that feedback loop.
Okay, makes sense. And then there's this other technique the sources mention for really polishing things. Shadowing.
Ah, shadowing. Yeah, this one's more advanced, but very effective for syncing everything up your ears, your brain, your mouth.
So shadowing is repeating what you hear immediately, right? Like an echo. How is that different from just, say, repeating phrases you learn?
The key difference is the precision and the timing.
Yeah.
You take a short audio clip, maybe just a sentence or two from a native speaker, and you repeat it exactly as you hear it. Same speed, same intonation, same stresses, almost simultaneously.
Wow, okay, so you're not just repeating words, you're mimicking the entire musicality of the speech.
Precisely. You're forcing your brain to process the incoming sound and generate the matching output almost instantly.
So it's training the physical parts, the mouth, tongue, breath, to move in an English way,
Yes. Training the muscle memory.
while the brain is doing this high-speed processing task.
Exactly. It kind of bypasses the analytical grammar part and drills the physical production and the sound recognition. Great for pronunciation, rhythm, and speeding up your thinking.
Okay, we've covered a lot of techniques, but there's one last piece, maybe the biggest barrier, the psychological one, the fear of making mistakes.
The fear. That's the real enemy, isn't it? Because fear causes hesitation.
And hesitation means you default back to translating word by word.
Exactly. Hesitation is translation lag's best friend. The sources are really consistent on this. Mistakes aren't failures, they're just data. Think about a toddler learning to walk. Do we laugh every time they fall?
No, of course not. They fall hundreds of times.
And each fall teaches them something about balance, about coordination. Every mistake you make speaking English is just like that. It's a necessary step, providing feedback.
So the goal isn't perfection right away. It's just putting the language out there, being brave enough to try.
It's progress, not perfection. Consistency and the courage to actually use it.
Yes.
So just to pull all these threads together, achieving that kind of effortless think in English fluency, it really takes this layered approach, doesn't it? You need that consistent immersion from the outside, that deep internal practice, the inner voice, the visualization, and the active, brave practice of producing the language, whether it's journaling or shadowing or just talking.
Yeah, it's not one magic trick. It takes patience, definitely. But I think what you should really focus on, what keeps you going, is looking forward to that magic moment. You
Yeah.
know, the day you're just thinking about something, or maybe you're in a conversation and suddenly you realize, wait a second, I didn't translate that thought. That just popped into my head in English.
That's it. That's the sign the default setting is flipped, the moment the OS changes. And since the whole goal here is making English feel natural, making it part of the background hum of your life, maybe here's a final thought for you listening. If consistency is the path, what's one tiny 5-minute habit, just 5 minutes that you could commit to starting today? Maybe it's labeling 5 things in your kitchen. Maybe it's shadowing one sentence over and over. What's that tiny step you can take right now to make sure English is undeniably